Good day, legends. TJC Sports here. Welcome back to another NRL Round predictions video. Obviously, round 2 done and dusted. It means we're on to round 3 this time. And based on the games at hand, I reckon it's going to be way better. If you agree, make sure you like and sub. 5 out of 8 on the tips last week. Can I do better and go for the perfect round this week? We'll find out together, legends. Now, let's not delay it any further. These are my predictions for round 3. To kick things off, game of the round, dare I say it, it is the grand final rematch, legends, the Penrith Panthers versus the Broncos. Both teams coming off great wins, for Broncos obviously against the Bunnies, and the Panthers, unfortunately, with a great win over my Parramatta Eels. The excitement every NRL fan should be feeling for this game should be unmatched. What a game we should have on our hands here. Will the Broncos take out their revenge, or are the Panthers too good? I find it really tough to give you an exact winner in this game, to be honest, because both sides I could see taking it out on any day. One out to point out for the Panthers is James Fisher-Harris. Gives a great opportunity for Broncos to win down the middle. However, with Adam Reynolds being out for the Broncos, I still think they have a chance, but I'm going to have to tip the Penrith Panthers 1-12. Am I wrong? Am I right? We'll find out when the game comes, but Adam Reynolds is just such a big out for me. The following day, we have the first of 2 Friday games. We have the New Zealand Warriors versus the Canberra Raiders. 0-2 and 2-0. Very different mindsets heading into this one. But you could argue, at least for the Warriors, even though they haven't won a game yet, they haven't looked like being unable to. They were very unlucky in both games, you could argue. Like, I didn't see a poor performance against Sharks or against the Storm from them. And for the Raiders, guys, just an absolutely brilliant start that I did not see coming from them. I had very low expectations. Yes, it's early on, but man, if they started well. Even managing to have themselves on top of the ladder. With their great start, there is certainly plenty of value in tipping the Canberra Raiders here, but I will be going, despite all of that, with the New Zealand Warriors on this one. And just that's purely on the basis of, I think Warriors are due a win, legends. They have not been that bad. And I just got that feeling that they should most likely get over the line in this one. Then, to follow that, we have the NRL's biggest rivalry. It is the Sydney Roosters versus the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Roosters obviously having a better start than Souths, with Souths yet to win a game in 2024, but still, both are coming off a loss. This is also Jack Whiten's first game in a Souths jersey. Really excited to see how Jackie Boy goes in this one. Doesn't get much bigger than the NRL's oldest rivalry for your first game. You just rarely can fully predict how these rivalry games are going to go. I personally am leaning towards Roosters right now, just on the basis of how much unrest seems to be at South. But it's also only round 2. For me, though, it just looks like there's a lot of uncertainty there for them. I mean, look at the fact that only 2 rounds in, they've dropped their main halfback for another halfback in the U-Franks. Not saying it won't prove to be the right move. Maybe Dean Hawkins is much better than Lachlan Elias, but 2 rounds is awfully quick, in my opinion, to be changing the spine of your side. I've got no doubt that the Rabbitohs are capable of a victory here, but I just feel like the Roosters are going to get over the line 1-12 once again. Kicking off Super Saturday, we then have the Bulldogs versus the Titans. 2 teams that probably wish they had better starts than they did, but they will take what they can get. For one of these sides, it will be their first win of the season. I think it really depends on who can execute their game plan better. I myself am looking at the fact that the Dogs had the home advantage in this one at Belmore. I am very confident this is going to be close either way. And there have been moments throughout my week while thinking about it where I've gone do Titans and then I've gone back to Dogs, then Titans, then Dogs. But I'm sealing it now. It may be a flip of the coin, but I'll be going with the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs to win 1-12. In the second game of that day, we will have the Dragons versus the Cowboys. Now, the main talking point will be, how do the Dragons bounce back after such a horrific loss to the Dolphins? For me, I don't know if they do. Yes, they have the home advantage, but if you watch both of these teams play over the 2 games they've played, I've been a lot more convinced by the Cowboys, and I was expecting a lot more from the Cowboys heading into this season. Leilua also playing his former team. I'm keen to see how that goes. But even if that goes well, sorry Dragons fans, but I'm going to take the Cowboys to win, and I'm going to say the Cowboys win 13+. I've been convinced of this ever since I watched the Dolphins game. Finally, at the end of Super Saturday, we have the West Tigers versus the Cronulla Sharkies. Now, this will be the fastest prediction I've done so far this video, because I'm going to be going with the Cronulla Sharkies, and I'm going to say they win 13+. Look, I'm not ruling out the Tigers' chances at all, ever in a game, but I'm convinced by this tip. Feel free to let me know in the comments down below if you disagree, though. I just don't have much else to say other than I am very confident that the Sharks should win this well. On to our final games on the Sunday. We have the Parramatta Eels versus the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles. My favourite team versus my least favourite team. As an Eel supporter, I could not be more excited for this game. It is no Roosters Rabbitohs rivalry, but it still is a rivalry. I despise Manly, mate, and Manly, they can feel indifferent about me, but due to personal reasons, I will always hold this rivalry in high regard. I'm expecting a highly competitive game here. It could be 13+ knowing how these games tend to go, but I'm not going to go that way. I will stick with a 1-12 either way, whoever were to win. Special shout out to Blaze on his first game for the club as well. Hope he absolutely has a ripper in the centre spot. I think Manly have shown that they can go against even the best forward packs like they did against the Roosters, proven in round 2. But I also think the Parramatta Eels, they weren't disgraced versus the Panthers, and if they can have a close one versus Penrith, they can definitely beat Manly here. Definitely not much in this game to pick these two sides apart, because form can be just as important as the side itself. But I will be tipping the Parramatta Eels to win this 1-12 Legends. Up the Eels, let's get it done for RCG's 200th. To finish off the round, it'll be the Newcastle Knights versus the Melbourne Storm. Storm obviously starting off their year a lot better than the Newcastle Knights, who many will consider have started quite disappointingly. I do expect the Knights to recover soon, but I'm not certain if they're going to be this game. Something that I find kind of funny is both teams will not have their main halfback, as obviously Jerome Hughes assaulted that referee, and Jackson Hastings has been dropped. Which I'm not sure if I agree with, but I'm also not the coach, am I? Could see an upset brewing here, but I've got the feeling Storm will have this covered, and I'll say the Storm win 1-12. Anyways, those are my predictions for round 3 of the NRL 2024 season. Feel free to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check out one of the videos on screen. I'll see you next time.